Well, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that breeze feels good. Let's see if we have any visitors arrive. I hear noises on the other side of the barn wall. Oh, good. I thought I slept good last night. All right, you go away. It was a fly. Well, I'm a little bit early. I did not have a live stream last week, and that's because I got tied up. Sorry about that. I'm kind of like jury rigging this whole situation here. But yeah, I got tied up doing something last week that took a lot longer than I had anticipated. And so therefore, I did not do a live stream last week. By the time I realized what time it was way too late to do a live stream, so I didn't. I'm sorry I didn't get the word out, but such is life. And that's what goes on around here quite frequently, is life. I am outside on the north side of my barn. Now, I don't know. We'll see if anybody shows up. So far, it's just me talking to myself. And anyway, let me see if I can turn this so you can see. See, this is the north side of my barn. This blue behind me will be going away at some point. Exactly when, who knows? It'd be nice if it was gone by September, but we'll see. Beggars can't be choosers. But it has been a very busy week. I spent 2 full days away from the property. And I mean, it was nothing you could do. The first day was waiting for a special delivery. And if you follow me on Instagram, Mother of Many Horses on Instagram, then you know what that special delivery was. And you may still figure out what that special delivery was. Anyway, so there's a big bug on my wall over there. I just noticed it. I'm not sure what kind of bug it is. I think it's a cicada. I'm not sure, but it's a big bug. It's at least as big as my thumb. Just so long as it stays over there and doesn't feel like it has to come to visit, I'm good. Okay, we'll just kind of leave it there. I also had another visitor this morning over in this area, and it slithered away, and that was fine. It was not a nasty. It was a nice slithering thing. So it was fine. I let it go. Didn't bother it. Got some video. And if I actually have time to do some editing, I might actually get a video up. That has been my problem. Bumblebee. So then anyway, the first day I spent pretty much all day away from the property. And then there was another day. It was supposed to be, the guys expected to have only a half a day's worth of work. And yeah, the work was half a day, But in the process of running around doing some other errands, we stopped at this one place, and that one place decided to have them give an estimate on doing their roof. And it was a long roof, and it was a complicated roof. So that took quite a time for them to get up there and take measurements and do the figuring and whatnot. So that could end up being a good thing. I was just gone. So that's 2 days worth of work that I was not able to do because I was gone. So, but there is another project being started. Unfortunately, I had to put the chicken coop on hold because this has to be done. And you may actually be able to see what that project is. I have to dig. I'm in the process of digging dirt away from the barn because I have to have a lower pad. I've got cement in the barn, bags of cement that the ducks have proceeded to think that it must be something good for them to eat because there's one or two that's torn into some of the bags. Ducks, I tell you. The idea was to have the ducks up by the pond. Okay, that was the idea. Well, the thing is that I started them near the cabin so I would have the heat lamp, and so, they would be protected. Well, maybe next year I'll build a duck pen back up by the pond. So we'll see. It'd be nice if they were up there, even if it's just for a little while. So anyway, I've got to try and figure out. I've never done anything with cement before. I know it has to be a 4 foot by 4 foot and at least 4 inches thick, my cement pad. And I'm hoping the 4 inches thick is going to be sufficient. I've got to order some gravel tomorrow, dense grade gravel. And hopefully that will get here in a timely manner. I didn't want it to get here too soon, and I didn't order it early in the week because I didn't know if I was going to be home. And I just found out that my son has a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. So that day is going to be practically shot. But thankfully, we will have some cooler weather. And we're supposed to be getting some rain, like late afternoon, I think. So it looks pretty good. I'm still getting some shade right here on the northern face of my barn. This is not staying here. This will be moving. This is just here temporarily to act as a barrier. And that will be used elsewhere. So we've got, what else have we been doing? Boy, this is going to be boring. I haven't got anybody on here to talk to me. Well, if everybody is out enjoying the weather, cooler temperatures, lower humidity, at least in my area, that is wonderful. I don't blame you. Not at all. I was digging the dirt where the pad has to go. I don't have my measurements down right pat yet because I left the measuring tape up by the house, and so I was I'm just going to start digging. So I have a general idea. I think I might have to widen it a little bit more. I did measure out to about how far away from the barn it needs to be. So, don't mind me, I'm outside, I'm hearing things. So that's going to be hopefully I can get this done. I don't know if I can get it done this week or not. Um, I'm hoping I can. Um, thing is, if I'm doing cement, I got to like kind of have to stick to it. I'm sure that with someone who has got all kinds of experience, they could probably have this done in like half an hour. Me, I've never done it before. This is a first time thing. Um, I'm a little nervous about it. Um, yeah, I've baked a cake before, but that's a much smaller surface than 4x4. So, but it's something that has to be done. And the hardest part is going to be getting down on my knees, honestly, because it's going to be on the ground. So that's not easy for me because my center of gravity makes it awkward for me. But I mean, I'll do the best I can. I'll get down there and I'll do it. But I'll tell you, it's been rough. It's been a rough week because it's just, sometimes you have one of those days. I've had a week or more where things just kind of start to get to you, and I'm like, here it is, the 31st of August. Tomorrow's the 1st of September. By the way, happy Labor Day, everybody. Yeah, tomorrow's the 1st of September, and I'm so close to getting running water in the house. But it involves doing a lot of things that I've never done before, and I'm like really nervous about it. It involves the plumbing, and okay, I have the general idea in my head as to what kind of needs to be done, but I've never actually done it before. Just that little bit of the kitchen sink up in New Jersey, but I've never really done it. So I'm quite nervous, and I know it's going to take me quite a while to get it done. Some of it involves running a water line under the cabin, and I'm just not sure if I can do it. I can try. The problem I have is that when I get down underneath something and I'm looking up, it's either my glasses make it too close and it's blurry. Take my glasses off and it's too far and it's blurry. It's like, and there's no way I can't adjust my, my view forward or backward because there's no space. I mean, I tried looking at something underneath the truck once to try and figure out if I could figure out what the problem was. I couldn't see. I could not see what I was looking at. Okay. Because, we're in bifocals. It just old eyes. You just can't, and I know that it frustrated my father when he was my age, and I didn't understand then. And it's like, I remember him taking his glasses off in frustration, and, and now I understand what his frustration was. It's bifocals. If you have something stationary in front of you, sorry guys, if you have something stationary in front of you, and you're limited as to how far forward you can go, or you can't adjust your vision. So I'm a little bit nervous about doing stuff under the cabin. And I got to figure out if I probably have to have some kind of insulation on the pipes. And I have to figure out exactly where the sink has to be. And I'm thinking I probably need to put some kind of flooring down so that the sink is at the right height. I'm not sure. It'll be so nice to have a sink. Oh, man, it'll be so nice to have a sink. Oh, good morning, afternoon, Little Creek Homestead. Hi. I'm rambling on about some of my worries, my concerns, because of my next project involving plumbing. It's like I'm nervous about it. To be honest, I am very nervous about doing the plumbing. Yeah, hooking pipes up to the kitchen faucet. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, that's the easy part. But running the water line, go away, fly. Running a water line from the sink to a pump to a water supply, that I'm nervous about. It's fun. No, no. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh, I was like, it has to be done. I know it has to be done. I need it. I really, 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 really need it. Um, Not having running water has been a hindrance. It slows me down because everything around cleaning that involves water, it's a major production. It is a major production. Now alone, my friend. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's like, I don't know. I did find out, I actually found a video. Finally, I don't know why it didn't come up when I was searching before. Maybe he hadn't had the video out because it was a year old video. He had the Harbor Freight shallow well pump, which is what I have been looking into for my use. And I was hesitant because some Harbor Freight has for a lot of its tools, they have a bad reputation as in they're cheap. Okay. Well, yeah, they are cheap, and this pump is cheap. But he says he's been using it for a year, and it's doing well for him. So that was encouraging. So I need to, excuse me, I need to go ahead and buy the pump so I have it. And then I need to figure out, okay, where should I have the pump installed? Should I have it down here by the barn, or should I have it up by the cabin? The thing is, I don't know when I'm going to have water storage up by the cabin. The barn, yeah, I have that set up, and they give me, once I have this done, I'll get 75% of the cost reimbursed. And maybe after I do that, maybe I can then get gutters put on the cabin. When I first moved to Missouri, I was hauling water into the property. So I feel, yeah, it wears on you after a while, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, it's nice and romantic to begin with, but after a while, it wears on you. Costs more to pump uphill. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. The thing is that a lot of the water is going to be downhill. So this is what I'm kind of like wondering. You see, I don't know if it's a shallow well pump, and I do not know how high it can pump water. We have the hill is about, I'm going to guess, around 6 feet in grade difference between where the cabin is and where the barn is. So I have to talk to somebody who knows, because I really don't know. Part of me would like to see it up by the cabin. Part of me would like to see it down here by the barn, because then I can always gravity feed water from the cabin down to the barn. I thought I heard. I can't see if anything's coming in the driveway. Your connection is unstable. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hopefully everything's all right. Just kind of testing to see if this works. This is as far away as I have ever been from our server. You couldn't. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. The server is on this end of the cabin, but still, I just wasn't sure if it would work. But it seems to be just that one little glitch. Hopefully, it's not too bad. I don't know how often this will happen again. Deeza, did you just do that? Deeza and Honey are on the other side of the barn here, And one of them just knocked Deeze's lead rope down where I tie her for feeding. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, so I guess maybe I have to look at the specs for the pump and find out how high it can pump to. Because it'd be more convenient to just set everything up here, okay? Because I was going to put a fence around, and so I can keep animals away from it. The only thing is I don't have electricity in the barn yet, except for an extension cord. Now I can use the extension cord for this Harbor Freight pump, but of course it's not ideal. You actually want it not hardwired, but plugged into its own outlet. I do need to contact the electrician and see about having electricity installed in the barn, because I do want some electricity in the barn for so many different things. One, to have a de-icer if I need it. So far I haven't needed it, but there still is that possibility. And also for a heat lamp if I need it, and not to mention tools, and if I had the pump down here for that. But I don't know. I might have to have the pump up by the cabin, which I could do. What I was thinking was looking at IBC totes for rainwater collection up by the cabin. I would be using the blue barrels that we have right now in other locations. Okay. Like I set up a barrel at the 2 coops to collect rainwater, and I would have it feed into an automatic watering system. I can do that for both coops, the guinea coop and the new chicken coop. And also for the goat barn, when I have that done, I can set up a couple barrels for that to collect rainwater and then feed into an automatic watering system. And then I haven't totally figured out where I'm going to put the waterer, the stock tank that I have to have connected to the rainwater collection system for the barn. I'm thinking down the hill a little bit here, and then that'll just be gravity fed. I'll bury the line and have it hooked up to a float valve, which I already bought the float valve, and I have a small tank. See, if I run a fence between, cut the stock tank in half, then I have water for both sides. I can control where I want the livestock to go, and I have to have something for the horses. The horses will not be allowed once I have the chickens and the goats set up over here. The horses will not be allowed over in this area very much. Right now things are open and they can come and go as they please down in here. But then again, so can the goats and the chickens. Everything's just free ranging right now, just about. I have certain areas where, I have it blocked, but they're pretty good about staying close to home. The horses don't go up the driveway or anything like that. They pretty much stay in an area, even if like the fence over here is not hot right now, because we're doing so much work, but the horses don't know that, and I'm not going to tell them. The only one that's a real problem is Luna. Let me see. It sounds like an amazing idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I just now read that. Which idea was it I was talking about? To use the blue barrels for an automatic watering system. That will, having an automatic watering system will cut down on the chores. Water has been a major chore here for the livestock, because I didn't have automatic pumps for a while. I still don't have automatic pumps. Putting the hand pump in the well, that helped. It's still not perfect, but it helped. But that's only good so long as I have water in the well. And if we don't have rain for a long period of time, then that well, I can't take a lot of water out of it. Um, Excuse me, not enough for the horses, not on a daily basis. Um, the water from the pond, um, this year the siphon got broken on the hose. I don't know how. I discovered it after we had the trespasser. I don't know if she did something. She may or may not have. I don't know. Um, but now that has not been working all that great. I don't know if it's a problem with the pond. I just don't know. I think I need to run a harder pipe uh, system rather than a hose. Right now, I'm just using a hose, a garden hose, and maybe it's just not allowing enough water. Maybe I need to run a thicker hose, a stiffer hose, like a PVC or whatever you call it, from the pond with a filter on the end down into that cement watering trough. Um, but I haven't been able to deal with that right now. Um, but you know, the more I can get accomplished, the easier it's going to be. Um, it has been. I'll tell you, if you're looking to get into the homesteading thing, the less development you have on the land you get, the harder it is. Um, there are days when I regret getting property that was not already fenced in and did not already have a barn and did not already have a watering system in. But at the same time, I love this property. This property is awesome and I love it. I absolutely love it here. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. It's been very hard work. Um, and when you add in everything that has gone on the last 2+ years, between my husband's health issues, my son's health issues, and 2020 has been so much fun, hasn't it? Uh, so, I mean, it's just everything is just, setting me back, setting me back, setting me back, setting me back. Um, but I'm doing the best that I can. I'm trying to be wise. I'm trying to be frugal with the limited funds that I have. Um, I would love to have a four-wheeler. Would love to. Would save me so much time and work if I had a four-wheeler. Um, but I don't, and I don't have the money for one right now. Um, Maybe this time next year I might. Uh, I don't know. We'll see. But right now, I don't have the money for it. So when I have to do a project, if it's not right close to the cabin, I'm walking. I'm carrying tools. I'm carrying supplies. I'm carrying fence posts and and uh, fence wire and fence insulators and I'm carrying the weed whacker and I'm carrying a chainsaw and I'm carrying everything. And if I forget something, I have to turn around and come back, or I have to do without. So it's like it's work. It's work. So if you're looking to get into homesteading, if you're looking to do this kind of thing, be prepared. It's work. If you have husband, or if you're a man and you've got a wife or what have you, you have a partner in the game. Okay, that makes things easier. If you're on the same page, it makes things so much easier, because if you're thinking that on the same page and you got two pairs of hands, that makes the workload so much lighter. You have kids that are old enough to help, and any child over 2, as far as I'm concerned, is able to help do something. um, it makes a world of difference. It really does. Um, as a senior citizen, don't say that too loud. It is work. Now, I'm fortunate that I am reasonably healthy. I've got a few little issues. Mainly, I injured my wrist somehow, and that's kind of like limited me. And I have a back injury from years ago that, if I stay with a chiropractor, they usually keep me going. But I haven't been to a chiropractor since last year. I was going to go, say, in March, but guess what happened in March? Yeah. So I haven't been. I really could stand to go. But guess what? I'm still getting out there. I'm still doing what needs to be done. Like I said, I was digging this dirt. Actually, since we've had so much rain, digging this dirt, clay, isn't as hard. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a very important tool the other day, and I haven't it installed. I got a rain gauge, and I have it put it up just before the hurricane hit. Yeah. We got, with all that rain, we got about 9/10 of an inch of rain from Laura. So that's all the rain we got. But you know what? I learned something. Is that, okay, 9/10 of an inch doesn't sound like a lot of rain. It really doesn't sound like a lot. But I had 2 5-gallon buckets and a muck bucket under the eaves of the barn back here to catch what I could with water. And it practically filled the 5-gallon buckets. So you know what? When I get this rainwater system set up for the barn, it is not going to take any time at all for that 500-gallon tank to get filled. Not at all. So that's a good thing. And then I will have water near the barn for the horses and the goats, and it will fill automatically. That will be awesome. Once I have the tank in place, and which is after I get the cement pad done, then I can call the gutter people, and they'll come and they will install the gutters. The only thing that I have to have done besides having the tank set in the right place, I have to have the guys put the fascia boards on the barn. I could probably manage to do it myself over here, but the other one is quite a drop off, and there ain't no way I could do those fascia boards. That's really the only thing that needs to be done. So I am hoping before the end of September. See, I've learned to allow myself extra time. Okay, normally say, "Oh, I'll have this done in a week." No, I won't have it done in a week. I'm hoping that by the end of September, I will have a full 500-gallon water tank with plumbing at least to the stock tank that I have, which will be filled automatically. Now, right now, I have a small stock tank, and that's because I knew that I was going to be getting goats, so I didn't want anything too tall. Now, whether or not at some point I'll change that to a different kind of watering system, so it's something taller for the horses and then something smaller for the goats, I don't know. I really do feel like I'm hearing. Well, you know what? I could be hearing my neighbor across the ridge. He has heavy equipment, and who knows what he's up to. Nobody ever knows what he's all up to. But so he's got, every now and then I can hear him doing something with his bulldozer or his bobcat or whatnot. So anyway, hopefully by the end of September, I will have at least the stock tank set up for an automatic fill. Okay, that is the plan. Now, when it comes to the cabin, I found a place. Hey, Carl, how you doing? I found a place in online that is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. That's about almost 3 hours from me. But they have IBC totes for $60 a piece, which is about half the price or a little less than half the price from the place in Lexington that has IBC totes. Now, Lexington is about an hour and a half away. So Bowling Green is twice as far away from me. And they do deliver locally, but they don't, I have a feeling they don't deliver this far. So I would have to go and get them. Now, it's not a huge problem because I have the 12-foot trailer with the Amish. And who knows, they might even want to get some totes. Because for that price, that's not a bad price for clean, potable water totes. Okay. Yeah, I may, if they say they have quite a few, they've only sold like 25. Oh, hi, Heirloom Permaculture. How you doing? I have to, it's not real easy to read the chat because I'm outside. For those just joining in, this is the north side of my barn. And so if the internet goes a little funky, it's because this is the furthest I have ever tried to do a live stream from my server. Or no, not server, what is it called? The router. Okay. This is the furthest I've been from it. So we did have one little glitch earlier, but it seems to have, fixed itself. So, and I am actually very surprised, shocked almost, that I don't have company out here, because the horses are just on the other side of this wall and they have access to this area where I am. So, but I guess they were out here earlier, so it is normal that for this time of day for them to just kind of be chilling out, in some shade away from the sun. But it's not bad out here. There's a breeze. I have some shade. This is the best it's been in a while, temperature wise. Maybe get a volume discount joining with the Amish. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they'll do that or not. Streaming looks great. That's wonderful. Jill said that tank behind you. Somebody noticed the tank. You're the first one, Heirloom Permaculture. I was not talking about it. I wasn't saying a word about it. I was just waiting to see if anybody noticed it. Yeah, it's only a 500 gallon. The two of my guys carried it over the fence for me, and it's set. This is its temporary location. Okay, and this here is just here temporarily to keep the horses from playing with it and knocking it over and having it roll down the hill, because that would not be a good thing. See, I saw the tank but didn't know it was new. Yes, I tell you, I wanted to say something, but I didn't. Let me see here. Short list. 2,500 gallon. That's big. You figure this is 500 gallon. Okay. And it's got a 48-inch diameter. So that's 4 feet. So that's why my cement pad has to be 4x4. I might make it a little bit bigger than 4x4, but minimum 4x4. Okay. And it is 6 feet tall. So, take into consideration your dimensions and where you can put the tank. These things are not meant to be buried, so it has to sit above ground. And And I've got this kind of flat spot uh, right by the north side of the barn. And so I figured this would probably be the best place to put it. And I'm lowering it down a little bit so that there's definitely going to be enough of a pitch from either side of the barn so that it can feed into the tank. Now, I do not know. They sell a screen for the manhole, and they also sell a cap that's got two places where you can feed your pipes into. So I'm not sure if I need to get that or not. Maybe if I talk to the gutter people, they can tell me, because I don't want to leave the cover off. Now, some people I know, they cut into the tank. They put a hole in the tank itself, and I'm like, do I want to do that? I guess it's okay to do that. I just don't know. Whereas I could just have the screw-on lid with a screen. I don't know. I have to figure that out. But anyway, it's going to be shifted over here on the other side of the computer where I have been digging the dirt out, and I'll be putting the cement pad there. The plumbing is going to be running parallel to the barn towards the cabin. Do your best to keep all organic matter out of the tank. That's what fouls your water. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I already talked to the gutter people. Definitely putting gutter guards on that side of the gutter, because that one, that's you get the leaves on that side. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do it on this side. There is I've seen there's a leaf trap you can do that the water runs into, but the leaves and debris kind of skim off, and the water just kind of runs through a screen. That might be cheaper than doing the gutter guard. The gutter guard was going to be $150 just for the one side. And it's like, okay, I definitely need to have the gutter guard there because I can't even get up there to clean the gutters. So that is a must. Leaf eaters, that's what we have. Oh, okay. Is that the little square thing that has like a slanted screen kind of? Yeah, I was looking at somebody on YouTube earlier today that had that. And it's like, that might be cheaper than putting gutter guards on. Now, when I have gutters done on the cabin, because I've got the leaves behind the cabin, I probably, most likely, I may do the gutter guards. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because that's 40 feet of gutter on one side. So that's a total of 80 feet. So on the barn, it's a total of 40 feet. Okay. So the cabin would be twice as much as the barn. So I know I want gutters. I know I need gutters up there, but it's quite pricey. Was it for the barn? It's going to be a little over $500, I think. So, I mean, if they do a good job, I'll probably have them back to do the cabin. It's got to be done. Because right now we get a lot of erosion with the rain runoff, and it's got to be done. I know it does. So it's just a matter of finances. Yeah, it's like a hopper screen and downspout setup. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought it was. Okay. Yeah, I'll be looking into that and seeing. I think I can get away with that on the back side of the barn. But the side that has all the trees, I think I really do need to go with the gutter guards, because there's going to be we have several trees right out there. I think you've seen on videos. So, yeah, I pretty much think I have to have them up there. On this side, I can probably, if I have to, get up there and clean the gutters. What is your problem, bird? We're going to go inside the coop. I don't know. She's upset about something. Now, I don't know what's been going on. I have heard some of my chickens doing the egg laying song. Now, I don't have my coop finished yet. I don't have nesting boxes built yet. And it's like, as far as I know, I thought my chickens were all going to be too young to be laying just yet. I didn't expect anybody to be laying before October, if I remember correctly. So I don't know what's going on. Trained applause section. Yeah, right. That's why she ran to hid. Oh. So, but once this is set up, it will take some of the chore load off of me because the water will be automatic. And then it's the precursor to getting running water in the cabin. And like I said earlier, it's just a matter of getting the plumbing done, which is, for me, very scary. So, and it's just, everything goes slower. When you're doing it by yourself and you don't know what you're doing, you're just kind of winging it, it goes a lot slower. So, I want to show something. This is another something new. Ladies' work gloves. I was so thrilled. Now, these are, getting rid of the fly. These are small, but they're still, I guess they're not too tight. So, but I have some room in them. And what's wonderful is it also gives me a little bit of support on that wrist. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. So that gives me a little bit of support. I've got a little bit of room. And it's like, it would have been better if they were pink, but I'll take the blue. So, yeah, I was very thrilled to find these because it's hard to find work gloves that are small, and I mean, different companies, some smalls are smaller than others and some smalls are larger than others. This is okay. So I was shoveling earlier and I didn't have my gloves. I was like, where did I leave my gloves? And I found them. So now I can put them on my hands when I'm shoveling because, I'm getting calluses, and sometimes the calluses hurt. But the gloves will help. So if you could see the setup I have, it's just the flies, okay? The ducks are not doing their job. They're not eating all the flies. But yeah, if you could see the setup I've got under the computer, so I can do this live stream. It's computer sitting on an upside down 5-gallon bucket, which is sitting on an upside down milk crate, and it's slanted down the hill that way. So it's like, I'm like really watching. Thankfully, the cord is short. It's run through between the board wall and the tarp. Let's see if I can show you. See, that's the cord. So it's running through there to the extension cord, which is how I charge my batteries and run some power tools. I don't do a lot because I've got to get in here and I have got to clean this barn out. I've had animals get in there and make a mess, and everything is so unorganized right now because I just had to dump things in there. So I need to get in there and get that cleaned up and get that organized. I just get it cleaned out so that the guys can work on the floor. Then once that floor is done, then I can actually make things a little bit more permanent. Oh, that bug is moving. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, there's a big bug over there on the wall. I had stuck a stick in between the boards to mark my mark center spot for where I needed to put the tank. And there is a big bug I think it's a cicada, but I don't know for sure. But it's about as big as my thumb. I don't know if I got something back there, but it feels like I do. So, like I said, so long as it stays there. Next pair, you can put them in a mason jar full of RIT dye. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll put it on the list. List of projects. so, so anyway, chicken coop is on hold. Rainwater catchment system is the project of the month. Okay. I still have to get the chicken coop done, and I still have to work on doing a goat barn. We'll have to see how that goes because I need to get some pressure treated 4x4 posts for the goat barn, and they have doubled in price. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I'm hoping by the time I'm ready to do that, maybe the price has gone down a little bit to be a little bit more reasonable. I do have a few 4x4 posts, but they're too short. I've got a couple 8-foots. I think I got a couple of 6-foots. But I've got to put a fence in right here by where the tank's going to go. And then I've got 2 that I'm going to put down by the bridge. So I can run fence on either side of the bridge. Because I want to keep the horses from going into the creek bed. Okay. The goats, well, they won't go in there unless it's dry. Okay. If it's wet, they won't go in there, which is fine. Their feet are not as hard on the stream bed as the horses' feet are. So they can go down there. So I just need a single line, basically, to keep the horses out of there. And the goats can go down and they can clean up the weeds and whatnot and help to keep that area cleaned up. I think I mentioned before that the idea is that the upstream side of the bridge, I want to put like a little dam there to kind of create like a watering hole. So that is what I would like to have done. If I don't have it done, I don't have it done. Baling wire about 4 feet up. For down by the bridge, I don't use baling wire. I use poly wire. I don't have any handy here. But yeah, it's braided plastic basically with wires running through it. And you hook up the electrode to that, and if an animal touches it, it bites. So, but the tank, I will definitely fence that well because I don't need any animals getting in here. Now, the other thing I need to think about doing is possibly insulating at least the part way anyway around it to keep the tank from getting too hot. That is one reason why I went on the north side because in the summer it doesn't get a lot of sun right here. The sun kind of comes from behind the cabin and kind of goes over that way and then down. So this section right here, at least about 2 feet out, seems to always have shade. Okay, it doesn't like have a shadow that is right at the edge. It seems to always have at least a 2-foot shadow out. So I don't have to worry too much about the tank getting real hot, even though it's a black tank. I went with black just to make sure that I don't have sunlight getting into the tank. I think the green, I think I had to order, or I had to go from a different location. So I don't remember now, but I figured, okay, it's okay. I can go with the black. So that's what I did. And it'll be all right. It'll work. And I already have a ball valve for the bottom of the tank, so I can shut the water off coming out of the tank, so I can work on additional plumbing. So, and we'll see where it goes. I'm planning on putting the hydrant on the south side of the barn, and I just have not decided if I go with tanks up by the cabin, and I put the water pump there. I want the hydrant to be under pressure, so I can use a hose to like scrub things out or whatnot. Because even though there's going to be automatic waterers over on this side, I still want to be able to use the hose for who knows what. I'm still going to have to clean things. Okay, so I want that one under pressure, whereas this will be mainly gravity fed to the stock tank on this side. So I don't know if I have to run the line for the hydrant from off of the pump if I have it up on the hill or not. Anyway, I'm still trying to figure this out, but there will be connections down here. One connection, one outlet coming down to the stock tank, and then there will be additional outlets for who knows what, because I'm just not set clearly on what I need it to go to. Okay, so but if for this project to be considered finished, so that I can get the reimbursement, it has to be hooked up to the stock tank. So that'll be the priority, and it's just a matter of finding the exact right place to put the stock tank. I'm still got a lot of glass I need to clean up down below here. Otherwise, that would be a good place because it's fairly level. But because there's so much glass down there, I just not sure about expanding the fence line so that they would have access to the tank. It would be a good place because it is so level, but I'm just not sure. So anyway, I have been on here for almost an hour, which is plenty long enough because at some point I start to ramble. And so I think I've probably rambled long enough. Thank you all for watching. It's been fun. And hopefully you have good weather where you are. Things are hopefully starting to cool down a little bit. Most of us have had some really oppressive heat this summer, some more so than others. So hopefully things are cooling down. It feels good right now, and hopefully it will continue. I don't want to get too cold yet, though, because I still have a lot of work to do. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will hopefully, if everything works well, I will see you next week. Okay? Talk to you later.